you unsure of what's holding you back from taking that next step in your goal, in your manifestation? If you've already done a lot of the processing, the emotional work, because if you're watching this, you know that 99% of a manifestation is the emotional work. You just want to see, where are you at on that emotional guidance list? A list of 1 through 22 emotions. Where are you at? And process your way up. So if you've already done the inner child work, the shadow work, getting all the low vibes out, and then you've been in the middle, pessimistic, content, and you've worked your way up, and you're like, okay, I know it's possible, but why am I not taking action? It's actually just because it's a new muscle. And that new muscle is going to feel wobbly, right? It's going to feel a little bit of unease. That's what they talk about, contrast in expansion. Because when you're doing something new, you don't know what it feels like. You don't know what it's like. And give yourself like some slack, right? Like if you were in a corporate job, they train you. And then they don't expect you to get it right on the first try. And the first try that you do it, it's going to take a lot longer than your second, your third, your fourth, right? And 2 years later, you're going to be like, oh, that simple thing, even though in the beginning, when you were first driving a car, the first time you got behind the wheel, sure, there was excitement probably, but was there also not a little bit of like, okay, what do I do? And the first time you got on the driveway, was there not a little bit of panic? So give yourself a little credit. And so for those of you who follow me on Instagram, you saw that I did in my Instagram story, I did a little clip on um, just being so proud of the, 5-year-old version me. And that was when I first created my very first Law of Attraction course. And I was a new coach. I was a new person getting out there offering my services as a business. I had no idea what I was doing, but I showed you guys that I was like, wow, like had I known now what I had known then about what it was going to take, I may not have done it. So there was a little bit of bliss in that innocence, in that nativity. I think I said that right. Because I don't know if I would have done it, but I don't know. But point is, I wanted to share with you guys that I was just celebrating the fact that I took that leap 5 years ago. And they're like, I'm so proud of that girl because I know where I was mentally 5 years ago. Okay, so fast forward to now, I'm like developing a whole new way to interact with people, a whole new way to help more clients. I have to build a funnel. I had to learn some new technology. I had to learn new marketing. I had to really get intimate with my clients and really understand what they really need and how I best meet that and how do I communicate that. That's a deeper level of intimacy. So for many of you watching this, your next level of business is actually an intimacy issue. Yes, there is like logistical business things, acumen and stuff that you have to learn, but a lot of it's intimacy. Do you actually see the other person? Do you actually hear them? Or are you just trying to solve their problem ASAP to prove that you're a good coach? Or are you like being there with them, seeing them as an individual? And even if you're not a coach, even if you're like a business owner, like you sell shirts or you have a clothing brand, like are you just like broadcasting sweatshirt, right? That's not very intimate. Are you being intimate? Hey, I know you, girl. I know that you like the color of this sweatshirt. Or hey, girl, I know you. I know you're a spiritual seeker. And guess why you want this one? Let me tell you about the hood and how it's going to make your hair feel great. Do you guys see that different layer of intimacy, right? The first one, that's like a $20, maybe $30 sweatshirt, a cheap low end one, right? The second one is like hey, I know you and I know you're spiritual. I know you love gemstones and I know you love surrounding yourself with positive words of affirmations. And I know that your hair also breaks a lot. So that's why I got a silk lining in my hoodie for you. I'm obviously not representing the actual hoodie, guys. I almost wish I was wearing it though, so you can see it. I did buy one. And mainly because it was that we have a zipper for your gemstone. My gemstones fall out of my pockets all the time, out of my bra all the time. And when I saw that someone actually researched and embroidered I am in a root color chakra red sweatshirt, and then had a really nice silk lining. So no, my hair doesn't break. I don't need that for the hair breakage. But I did like it because, anytime you're trying to increase your luxury vibes, your abundance vibrations, I want to start surrounding myself with like nicer quality things. And like I don't want to just get a basic pink sweater, right? That I just put my jumpsuit in the center pocket and it falls out all the time. This one has a special zipper that's high quality and something that helps me. I just rub it against my skin. I love the softness of it. It's getting me into the vibes of soft, so I'm adding softness to my love relationships. I'm adding luxury comfort. So there's so much about that sweatshirt that just like spoke to my heart. And then it embroidered on the right or the left hand, whichever side, worthy. So you have I am, root chakra red, and worthy on the sleeves. When she told me the price, I was like, no brainer. I think it was like $77. There's a difference in intimacy between those two sweater examples I gave you. One is, here's a sweatshirt you want to keep warm, or you just want something to remind yourself of this trip. $20, $30. Hey, I see you and I know what you want out of a sweatshirt, my little spiritual seeker. I got your sweatshirt for you. Okay, so that might have been a little cheesy the way I delivered it, but you guys should see by now the intimacy difference. So that is what you're actually working on. And as much as there's an intimacy with you and the other person, there's also an intimacy with yourself that you have to have, right? Like I had to be willing to be real with myself and admit I wasn't good at technology, and that for whatever reason in my business, did I hit emotional fears or able to overcome? Yes, but I was also hitting tech issues. And could I have taken the time to have done it alone? Probably. Do you know how long it would have taken me? A long, long time. I actually had to call a friend and say, hey, you mentioned you'd help. Can you please help? And she was just like, oh my God, yes, thank you. I'm so glad this fall has finally come. Do you know how, like, not humbling, well, humbling in love, humbling in appreciation, but it was just so like, wow, guard is down, ask for help. Hey, I need help with this. And she just like jumped up and got me. I was at the 10% mark of getting done. She got me to 90%. And that's what I want to share with you guys. That, well, I don't think I can show you. I can't really flip the camera around. Um, but this is what's going to tie it into the beginning story. So I'm almost done with this funnel, this project that I've been working on for over a year behind the scenes. I never really told anyone. This is what's going to help me reach more core people who only decided to come down to earth because they knew I was going to be down here to help them navigate out of these painful emotions. And most of the time it's they don't know themselves. They know they don't have boundaries. They know they're a pushover, but they don't actually know it. They know that something's off, but they don't actually know it. And they tend to have like a gaping hole in their heart that they don't know how to fill. My enmeshment trauma babies. Like they decided to only come down on earth because they knew I'd be here to guide them out of it. Who am I to not reach them, right? Am I scared? Yes. Have I been all day, like all week, I've just been calm and mellow? As soon as I sit down to read this, I start getting up and down, up and down, up and down. Medical people would diagnose that as ADD or ADHD or whatever. But in reality, like guys, what it was when I just kind of like, because it's 7:30 p.m. at night and I've been working on this all day. This is really should probably, if I just sat down and focused, it'd only take me like an hour. But you hear that, guys. I've been working on this since like 7 a.m. to 7:30 p.m. And I'm now at like 98% done, 99% done. I got to do one little tweak to the thank you page. I distracted myself so beautifully all day. I disassociated, whatever word you want to put to it. I wouldn't say disassociated. I'm more just like kind of distracted. Um, like that's okay. And then I finally sat down. I set a timer. I was like, "Oh my God, Kelly, just set a timer for 15 minutes. Make yourself focus those 15 minutes." And sure enough, I actually got a bunch of stuff done, maybe the first 5 minutes. And then I got up, I wandered around. That probably is disassociation. And then all of a sudden I heard the alarm going off. And I was like, oh my God, I don't even remember switching gears in my head. I didn't remember standing up. I didn't remember walking around. All I knew was that I was walking up and down my hallway, dancing, playing a scene in my head, completely distracting myself. When the timer went off, I went, oh, wow, I didn't realize it was like I was this bad, you know? So I sat back down and I just went, okay, tap into your emotions. How do you feel in this moment? And then like I had this moment where I just looked at my opt-in page and I was just like crying in appreciation for me, because this is something that I've been working on for well over a year. Like, can you guys right now take a moment, especially if you're this far in the video, take a moment and can you shine yourself some appreciation and some pride? Like, I'm proud of the Kelly who a year ago when a pandemic hit, I was in a really good financial situation. And like I could have chosen to not work at all. But I was like, nope, I have current clients. I'm going to keep working with them. That was kind of scary to lead people when I was scared out of my mind. And then not only that, but I took on an investment. I hired coaches and I wanted to learn how to do this. During the pandemic, I like capped my income and I spent like, I don't know, $2,000 a month on this. Like $14,000, I think. I don't know, it's more by now. Whatever. I spent a lot of money. And some months, because I didn't take on any new clients, I just kept emptying on my savings account because I believed in myself. I believed in myself enough to spend my money investing on me. I didn't buy stock. I didn't, do other things with my financial money. I invested in me. Like, wow. I decided I was worthy. Can you right now decide, like, oh my God, I'm worthy. I'm worthy of the nice jewels and diamonds that I want. I'm worthy of a vacation. I'm worthy of feeling like an adult. I'm worthy of experiencing the greatest love that I've ever experienced in my life. I'm worthy of feeling good in my body. I'm worthy of feeling comfortable and safe in relationships. I'm worthy of asking for help. I'm worthy of just, hey, I could use help with this. Is that something that you're open to? Because who cares if they say yes or no, guys? This is about you becoming you and you admitting, hey, this is something I need help with. Can you help me with that? Even if oh, you can't. Oh, hey, that's okay. No worries. I'll find another way. I'll find a book. I'll find a YouTube video. Find someone else. I'm in charge of my future, so I know that I'm gonna figure this out. Because that's what this is really about. It's that intimacy with yourself. It's that like reliance on I've got me, I've got myself, I know enough how manifestation works, and now I'm ready to like trust that process and just like trust myself to be able to take action. Even when it feels uncomfortable, I'm going to take action. I'm no longer going to require that my road ahead feels like walking on a rainbow. Because guys, when you are going from yuck to good, a lot of times your next step will feel good, right? Because you're like leaving toxic relationships. And many people in that, this isn't everyone, but many people are, wow, this is so bad that I can't imagine anything I walk into being as bad as this. So it can feel like a rainbow. When you're going from good, right? When you're going from good to thrive and you have to let some friendships wind down, let some friendships, I don't want to say take a back burner, but like you can't keep up a lot of close friendships. There's a certain amount of friendships that like you can maintain, right? And if you're going to run a very active, thriving, successful business, it's even less. So like the friendships that you can't prioritize, or when you get into a serious committed relationship with your life partner, or even more so when you have kids, like especially once they start hitting the age of like 2 and up, right? You're like, wow, a lot of your friendships just like fall to the wayside, and it's not personal. You're going from good to thrive. It's not going to feel good to not be able to connect with people who you like, who you love, who you care about. It's not going to feel good. But bottom line is, are you spending time connecting with them, or are you spending time on your life purpose? Are you spending time connecting with people and having an awesome social circle while not taking care of your financial future? Right? So it's not, as many people like say, it's obvious, don't put all your time and energy into work. You gotta have a life too. Sometimes people make the flip, they counter too far the other way and they go focus on all the friendships, but they don't focus on their money. Guys, money is not happiness, but money is a huge component to happiness. You got to be willing to prioritize that. And you have to be willing to take a moment to look back on how far you've come and be willing to feel proud of yourself. Like you did it. You sourced the sweatshirts that are awesome and amazing, and you have 2 glowing customer reviews. You know, I did it. I spent a lot of money out of savings during a pandemic. I wasn't, you know, I was like, nope, I'm taking 1 client call a month and that's it. A week. That's it. It's not about being brave and being fearless. It's about, hey, setting up this tech is uncomfortable for me. So, of course, I feel discomfort in my body. Of course, when I feel discomfort, I want to get up and just walk and shake it off, right? Because I want to feel better. But what's going to feel better, guys? Putting in the time, energy, and effort to develop the new skill, right? Because you wouldn't be driving right now if you didn't get over those first couple of hurdles, those first little bit of emotional uneasiness. This is just the thing you're doing as an adult. And the reason why it feels scarier, because think about it, especially if you're in a first world country, from the ages of like birth to 18, your life is pretty dictated. It's structured for you, right? How many people gained weight after high school? I know I did. And it's just because I'm not getting that like 10-minute little break between classes to walk a little. I'm not getting those breaks every day. I'm not getting an hour of PE forced every day. No, I'm sitting on my couch, chilling with my succulent. So for the first 18 years, it's so, hey, here's your markers of success. Are you graduating? Or did you go to prom? Did you get your car? When you're 16, you could do that. There's just get your first job. There's just these milestones of success that society tells you, hey, this is what you should be doing. You should do this, right? Once you get past that, then you're kind of on your own. Society, especially in first world countries, does kind of push either getting a trade skill, a blue collar trade skill, or going and getting a degree. So that you can kind of postpone the growth, right? But if you don't go to one of those, keep listening, because this is still going to apply to you. If you go to the trade school or the 4-year degree or 2-year degree, whatever you go to, right? There's still mile markers. There's still, okay, I got to take these classes to get this degree. Did I pass? Did I fail? Did I get my degree? Got to graduate, right? And then from there, it's like choose your own adventure. But for the first 18 to 24 years of our lives, they were very structured for us. If you do all of this, you did a good job. You showed up on time, perfect attendance, here's an award. You got A's and B's, here's honor roll, But after you graduate college, like you're on your own. Then decisions do take on a little bit more of a complexity, because you're the one now choosing, I want to learn real estate. So if you fail, that's on you, right? It's not someone who do this and this means a good job. You get to now choose where you're going to put your time, energy, and focus. And if you do a good job or not, like the consequences and the responsibility are on you, right? Especially if you're like financially supporting yourself. This is going to be even heavier, right? Because if you're like looking for a new job, you want more money for you, your family, your daughter, whatever it is. So even though it's good to take that step, right? You want to walk the rainbow to get there. It can feel scary because it's like, wait, the job I have right now, like it is good enough. It's good enough. And then who am I to want more? I have a roof over my head. I have these good things. Look at all these other people who are starving and I have this. Why am I complaining? Because what if I get the new job and the grass isn't greener? What if I get the new job and I hate it? What if I get the new job and then I'm fired? I know this job is safe. I know they're not going to fire me, right? So you just need to become aware of those. This is why it's an intimacy issue. The relationship between you and you. You know what? You might take the new job and you might realize, ooh, this was not right for me. But you will be able to manifest something new. You know how to get a job. It's developing that relationship between you and intimacy. So I hope you focus on intimacy. That's your takeaway from this video. Focus on intimacy with yourself. And with your customers, with your clients, this also applies if you have a day job. Focus on intimacy with like the corporation. What does the corporation need out of me? What do I need out of the corporation? What firm boundaries do I need to be able to perform my best for the corporation? Because if the corporation needs you to show up thriving at your best, then that probably means you need 8 hours of sleep. That probably needs you a certain amount of off time to hang out with your friends and family. It's about prioritizing those. Okay, love you guys. Hope this helped. Give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, give me a comment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know any questions. I'll make new videos for you guys. Bye.